This is everyone's talking lines look here.
I'm gonna take a picture.
Hey guys, sorry, this has a little bit of a leg to it, but we are gonna get started. All right. Let's see what they're saying. We have to play the media thing out here. He said put it to that. I think I know how to do it. Yeah. Anybody else like a drink?
I might.
Help yourself.
Baltic's nice. That's my favorite.
I wonder if we should get off our Wi-Fi's to help this out.
Yeah.
We call on this one.
Jonathan, do you have your Wi-Fi on here?
Hold it in on each other.
You mind turning it off? It'll help this. Okay.
This was my pants have like 2 layers. And they rub and pull in each other.
Oh, wait a minute. I have to be on
These were
it
my
first.
conference pants, but not like pretty. Then I shrunk them. So I'm like, no, they're just not cozy pants. I don't want to look put together, but I don't actually want to do anything.
With those? Your pants?
My pants. They're my pretend kind of put it together.
They look like dress pants. Yeah.
They used to be until I shrunk them after conference.
Oh.
They used to be my dress pants. Yeah, now they're my sweatpants, but that's okay.
That's the last one that I sent.
Pardon?
The last one that I had sent.
Okay, I'm trying to get this media going. We're gonna get the Bob Goshen series started here.
Oh, two. Yeah. And it'll be a big one with.
We did the last one, I think.
Yeah.
Well,
I sent her.
Is it playing in there, Brett?
Picture that I post on Team Freedom. I sent it to her saying, "Do you want to post this on Team Freedom or do you want me?" And she's like, "Ah, you can." I'm like, "Distributor now."
It's on. She just posted it now too on her personal. I saw it and I was like, I'm pretty sure. Anyway.
I just have to make sure it's playing there, and I can transfer it out here.
Like, is there a bug on my leg? And I kept trying to flick it off here.
My auto shipment. I used that reloadable. Totally forgot to factor in. Oh yeah, my e-suite. So I put my auto shipment on there, but not my e-suite. So I need to reprocess that.
What they go for that.
Yeah. I think they said they'd reprocess on Friday, which is a different
Oh, they
time.
automatically try to?
Yeah.
Motivate humanists to
I'll call them
educate.
tomorrow
And
to say
what I
sorry.
have observed over my years in this industry to build a large and secure organization.
All right.
It's so important to have.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, that's our key. That's the little key inside that many people miss, is that we give everyone all.
We'll see if it'll be recorded later.
People can't perform because of the past baggage they have. And initially, the first attack, this first wave of assault of questions and objections. I think that session 1 covered that quite well. But now get out your yellow pad. Why yellow pad? Let me share this with you.
Why
First of all,
yellow?
as leaders, I want you to understand the 4 R's. The 4 R's. You know, when I was growing up, we were told about the 3 R's: reading, writing, and arithmetic. Well, the first thing we should have noticed was not all of those started with an R. That should have been the first time we got a problem. But my 4 R's start with an R. Number 1, reason, research, record, relate. See, I'm training you to be a leader. I'm not training you to be a distributor. I'm not training you to be a product user. I'm going to be training you and giving you information on how to become a leader and how to structure an environment of leadership that will create multiple leaders. Now let's take reason. Reason. Does what I say reason? And when people say things, and we're such a gullible nation, we'll turn on the television and somebody will say something and we believe it, or we'll get an email and then we'll believe it. You know, we don't reason through it. Now let me just share with you what reasoning is. I'm going to break it down to simplicity. When somebody says something, including myself during all these sessions, you have to ask yourself, does it hit your head? Does it line up with your head, your heart, and your gut? If it is a go, then it makes sense. It reasons. But if something is said that, yeah, I don't really intellectually accept that, or my heart says, yeah, I think he's off base, or my gut says, no, I don't believe that at all, then we better stop and visit with that individual. I'm giving you that permission on anything that I say throughout this whole series. If I say anything or give you any instructions or anything that causes doubt or a question, you email me, bob@bobgoshen.com, and I will respond. So number one, we must, as a leader, be able to reason. Number two, we research. Listen, the best research you can do is to get all the information you possibly can from people in your organization upline that have made this business work. I was a consumer. I mean, I just consumed everything of my upline leadership when I first entered this industry. And they had CDs at that point, and now they're DVDs. And I mean, back then, I'm sorry, they were tape. And I would listen to the tape, and I would listen, and I would listen, and I would listen. I'd go down the road, and I would write down key points, just like I'm asking you to write down. And I would just consume. If they have a book, read the book. Don't read it once, read it 2, 3 times. Start, take your yellow marker. I'm telling you on my book. I hope that you'll send me an email and say, I can no longer keep putting yellow on your pages. My whole page is yellow. Underscore everything that hits you and helps you and trains you. Consume that. Research information. Now stay focused on your line of sponsorship. Be very careful researching and reading information outside of your line of sponsorship or words that are contradictory to your line of sponsorship. When I come in and I coach and I work with leaders, I'm not there to replace a leader or be a king over the leader. I'm there to help and equip that leader a little bit more and to work primarily with the people to make them stronger so that leader can move forward and do what they need to. Do not sit back and allow people to tell you things and you don't research them. Number 3, this is what's important. On your yellow pad or white pad, write down only the items that you're hearing me say on this CD that really penetrate your reasoning skills. In other words, I will go to a session and I'm always learning. I mean, even, I'm the one that sits usually on the front row and I have a yellow pad or a pad and a pen writing down things that I hear new distributors say. See, it doesn't matter to me what your rank is. I believe everyone has something to offer in life. And I believe if we become students and we're open, we can learn a lot in life. But you need to record it. Now, I don't understand this, but I'm going to share it with you. So often we'll go to churches today. My church is a good example. I love my church, nice church, big church here in Houston. We have a lot of great people. I have a great pastor and all these things, but we now have a fill-in-the-blank society. On my workbook, you're going to have where you can fill in the blank. That's good. But what I'm doing, I'm reinforcing the fill-in-the-blank with this CD, DVDs. I'll do interactive. You're going to get an interactive CD, which is going to be so exciting where you can actually ask the question. I'm going to respond to you. Hey, that was not the right answer. I'm going to support the information. But for most people, it's fill in the blank. When you go to college, it's fill in the blank. Well, what I'm asking you to do is to write. I'm saying, and your upline says, that strike your heart, that just reason. And the reason you write them down, there's something magic. When you listen to it in your head and you record it on a piece of paper with your hand, listen, it becomes your property. See, if you don't do that, it remains the property of the speaker. That's why a lot of services, people leave the church, they feel good, they're excited, but they can't remember the name of the sermon, much less what was said in it. I mean, if they could have been just as excited to go home, take a hot shower, a bath, and get up, they're done. But see, when you record, it becomes your property. Now listen, it then becomes internally yours instead of externally theirs. So that's why it's so important to record on everything when I'm talking to you on these CDs. Not everything that I'm saying, but things that relate to you, which means the last R is relate. Communication and connection is the key to success in this business. People will not succeed in life without communicating effectively. I have yet to find a great leader that was not a great communicator. You will learn this skill. Don't be afraid. Some of you are sitting there right now, oh, man, I can't talk to people. I'm introverted. That's okay. Relax with me. When my wife and I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to talk to people. I am just going to say, all I want to do is just help you with the product and da-da-da-da-da. And later on, she grew into that capacity when finally she came to the position where I shared with her, honey, if you're not sharing with people, then you are very stingy because God has given you this information that you need to give to people. So reason, research, record, and relate. Be able to, as you record this information, communicate it, relate it to others. Now, if you are to win in this business, you must become a student of this business. Learn everything that will make you a better leader. Get my book out now. Have that book ready. Have it by your bed. Have it by your bathroom. I mean, wherever you're going, keep that book with you. Continue to read through it. Continue to highlight it. Read, read, read. You must become a student of this business. Listen to these CDs and DVDs over and over and over again. Become a student. See, some people just want to be motivated and entertained. I'm not here to motivate and entertain. I want to educate you that you will have one of the strongest organizations in this wonderful business model. Many years ago, I had a company, a direct sales company called CVN, Coaches Video Network. It was great. You know, I had the endorsement of a guy named Lou Holtz. At that time, he was the head coach of Notre Dame. And my idea was, what if I went around the country and I laid down specialty tape on top football coaches around the country? So I took the top 10 college teams of that year, and I went to like Notre Dame for defensive ends. I went to University of Oklahoma for offensive line. You know, you're getting the idea. And I laid down, I took that specialty coach who taught defensive ends, and I laid down videotape on techniques and drills. Man, it was fantastic. In Oklahoma, the same thing. Then I took those tapes and I put them together, cross-sold them back to a company called Coca-Cola, a nice little company, which later I got inside and did a complete marketing strategy for them on those tapes. And then I went out and I helped Coca-Cola install them to all the schools. But one of the things that I did was brand myself with this poster, Coaches Video Network. And I branded it by having this weightlifter. And then I pumped him up, you know, and I shot him, the photographer shot water on him, and he looked like he was sweating and all this. Boy, he was just bulked up, right? And then under that, listen to this statement. I said this: if you're not training, someone somewhere else is. And when you meet them, they will win. Ladies and gentlemen, become a student of this business. Don't be concerned about other network marketing companies. Don't be concerned about other network marketing people. Be concerned about your personal confidence. See, there is no competition to the man or woman that knows and where they're going in life. No one can compete with that confidence. This business is not about how strong your company is, even though that's very, very important. It's not about your product or your marketing plan. It's all about how confident a person can become. For without confidence, you can never be a leader. And in order to build an organization, you must become a leader. You just got to. I just want to say and begin by giving a special thanks for you guys for taking your time as we begin this session too. And taking your time and your investment to better yourself in this business. You guys have paid money to buy this kit. You know, so often we hear people saying, well, I just don't know if it's worth it. Anything in life is worth it for an investment that's going to move you forward in life. I have been investing in kits and CDs and DVDs since my early age. I have always believed that you've got to find someone that knows who they are and where they're going, and you've got to learn to emulate them until you can take on your own identity in the field that you're going in. So I want to thank you. It's been an investment. This series of CDs and DVDs have been created to assist you in your personal performance and building your business. And I thank you for that trust. It's so important that you guys have trusted me for investing in ultimate success in a marriage, in a corporation, a church, organization. It doesn't matter. As you'll hear me share later in the sessions, it is something that must be earned. Trust must be earned. One must always prove themselves as trustworthy in order to be trusted. Kay and I, day in and day out, I have to prove myself trustworthy in my marriage for Kay to trust me. Now, why are you guys special? You've not only chosen to step up and take control of your life by getting in this business, but you're now saying, I want to learn and be mentored on how to become a better leader by investing in this kit. Now, I am confident your existing leadership team, your upline, is very, very special. They have already proven and will continue to prove that they're willing to do what they're asking you to do to better their lives. You have an upline leadership team in place that have been through the minefield and they know where the landmines are. Listen to them. You're a very special group of people. You're the type of people I love to mentor, for you are hungry to improve not only this business, but your life. Now, during the next few sessions, I'm going to share not paper thoughts, you know, ideas that people write down on paper. I always love that. I'll go into some companies and they'll sit down and say, well, this is our goals, this is our plan, and they're all paper thoughts, man. But I'm going to give you actual personal experience on what it takes to become a leader in this business, and while at the same time creating leaders. See, when we're finished, here's what I know you will be. You will move up dramatically in your confidence and belief levels on a personal scale. I am going to continue to drill in you that your confidence levels are going to become so strong that you're going to be able to stand in front of any individual and share with them your wonderful product and your plan, because you no longer have the baggage that you used to have when you came here. You now know who you are, that God has a plan for that you now have to get going and start doing the things that you've been called to do. You remember, you weren't brought in this business. Number two, you will know without doubt you have the capability to succeed in this business. My goodness, I've had people that can't read or write make money in this business, folks. I've had people in Russia that would get on a train 22 hours to come and get some products and go back home and distribute them. That started making incomes of $8,000 to $10,000 a month. You, without doubt, you have the capability to succeed if you listen and become a student. You will know the arsenal of tools in your bag that can help you achieve success at a faster rate. This series, this kit is part of that arsenal. You're going to become a better mother, a better father, husband, wife, and overall leader of people. My goal, since selling like my company, my business, and network marketing, is to become an ambassador for this industry and make sure that in this industry, people are pulled up into position of leadership. Because, see, I'm a believer that this is the last bastion of free enterprise, and I believe this is the best pool to find leaders today and create great leaders, not just in your business, but in this world. I'm going to be repetitive. I don't have Alzheimer's. I don't have and so I don't have any challenges here. I'm just repetitive. I'm going to be covering items several times. Now, for some of you guys and gals, you've already heard these things I'm going to be sharing. Good. What you know is already true. But for most, you've never heard some of these things I'm going to be sharing. So I will be repetitive. I will be covering items several times. For I've come to the conclusion, after 36 years in this industry, that we can often overtrain our people. I go into some of these organizations. I train leaders within leaders. I'll take an entire organization within a company, sit down with their key leader, and work with them and their people. And what I have seen has been unbelievable on the amount of training. They're always coming up with a new idea of the week. You need to do this, you need to do that. Folks, we need less training. We really do. It's much better that you understand key principles well, rather than continually adding new information that can become very confusing. See, the key to this business is to determine what duplicates and to remain simple in teaching. I always have people say, well, this, we're going to work this because I believe it'll work. Well, it has nothing to do whether or not your idea will work. Your question always has to be in training. Will it duplicate? Again, repetition is the mother of all skills. So you're going to hear me repeat. Let's talk about you. Okay, you've purchased this kit by either hearing me speak personally or it's been recommended by someone you trust. I see you folks as the nucleus of not only your organization, but I see you as the leading edge of your own company. This nucleus has the ability and capability of setting an amazing pace for this organization and for this company and overall growth of your company. Listen, if we collaborate, if we work together, if we build up one another, if we support one another, if we keep the vision, we will see how a small group of folks just like you that are listening to this with a vision can change the direction of an entire company. Wow, this is going to be exciting. Now let's get started. It's very important that you understand that you can send me an email. You've heard me say it on the first session. Here we go again. At any time with questions to bob@bobgoshen.com. Remember, my beginning does what I say reason. When I said that, the 4 R's, what Bob says, does it reason with my head, heart, and gut. I do ask when you send me an email that you CC all of your upline. You with me? Don't send me a question without CCing all of your upline. See, for I believe in working through and with the line of leadership. I don't believe in working outside of that. I'm not here to replace your leadership team, you and your team. So again, we will work through your line of leadership. You send me an email, CC them so that when I respond, they see my answer as well. Your input is very important. and it allows me to stay on track as I teach others around the world. So let's begin. Here we go. This business is not about your product or your marketing plan. No, you hear this battle all the time. Well, do we lead with products or do we lead with the marketing plan? See, every company says they have the best marketing plan or the product. Let's come to the table with that. Realize that everyone that you are in competition with has a better product than you. So they say. You're telling everyone your product's better than theirs. You're saying that your marketing plan is better than theirs, and they're saying, no, my marketing plan is better than yours. Well, I have a binary. Well, I have a universal. Well, I have a breakaway. Well. And everybody is in competition. But see, it's not about the product. Success in this isn't about the product or the marketing plan. Every company says they have it. Your goal is not to see how much volume you can produce or just how many folks you can load into the system to see who sticks. No, we often hear this business is about, well, let's throw the people against the wall and see who sticks. I believe you can add glue to everyone, giving them a better opportunity and capacity to stick. See, when visiting with prospects, begin to work from this day forward from the eyes of, does this person have leadership skills, or do they have the desire to learn leadership skills? See, organizations are not sustained. Now hear me. Organizations and network marketing companies, direct sales companies are never sustained for any great length of time on their product. They are sustained by either you have become and have created leaders, or you have no leaders. This entire series is the development to begin giving you the leadership skills that will in turn give you the confidence to secure additional leaders. This business is about people, not products or plans. So always remember this. People move products. Products do not move people. So when you get the people right, the business works. The people are not going to get right until they can get a commitment. And the people are not going to get a commitment until they have confidence. Oh, now you're beginning to see the big picture. Throughout these sessions, we'll be giving direct information on how to create a strong organization. But until you have a strong organization of never duplicate. Several months when Kay and I first got started, man, I'd go share this concept and people tell me, no. And it was just unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. My mother and father, you probably never had this problem. My mother and father were not interested. My mother-in-law and father-in-law were not interested. My sisters, my wife's brothers, they're not interested. I mean, I couldn't believe it. They wouldn't even try the product. I mean, I said, this is amazing. My closest friends started laughing. All these things happen. My little wife, sometimes I'd come in, I'd go out and do the plan together, but times I'd go out and do it by myself. I came in one time and she said, well, how'd it go tonight? And I said, well, they decided not to get in. And I remember my wife saying, well, are we going to do it? And I remember my response, we're going to have to. Nobody else is. I mean, you got to come to a position in life that you believe this is going to happen to you. But see, at that point, I had confidence that I was going to win. I had become a student of the business. I had plugged into a mentor that was on fire, and I knew that I was going to make it work. With this series, you have received a survey that I sent out and that you're getting access to that will be sent back to me at your earliest convenience. And I need that survey back because that gives me a better idea as to where you are. I don't need your name on it. I just need a response. You'll hear me say often, this business is not about the mechanics. How to draw a circle and put $100 or $2 in it is not difficult. Or how to determine how to advance and rank. This business is not about that. It's about helping people discover their inner strengths so they become confident to build a business. As I shared in session 1, it's getting the person confident enough that they can make the commitment that's required to stay the course. When you look at your business as a personal performance program with a product and plan wrapped around it, your success will be tremendous. Are you understanding that? In session 1, we talked about and covered the survey, especially question 1, and determined that once again, the weakness in most organizations is not understanding the power or bringing the confidence levels up to the new distributor. That's what we have to do. We've got to get that confidence level up, self-confidence. Why? From not having a good handle on performance skills, i.e. listening, response, communication, people, and collaboration skills. So now reflect with me as we teach these skills. We share the program, as all of us have done. We sell the kit. We've seen that happen. We put them in and we tell the new person, all you need to do is find 3 folks and you're off and running. Only a week later, they're gone. I mean, you know, I don't know where they went. I don't know if it was a rapture. I don't know what happened. They're gone. Why? See, we gave them something that seems simple, but in reality, it's beyond their competence capability. Later in my book, you'll hear me share the story of an ER room in Chicago. Bloody, high stress, not only threatening the injured, but also teaching in the hospital. In other words, as people would come in, these doctors would sit there and they'd be training their people as they would come in, an ER room in Chicago. Got everything negative. And one of the guys came up and started visiting with the doctor and said, how do you do it? I mean, this is unbelievable. I mean, you know, you're sitting here, you're taking care of a patient, but at the same time, you're teaching someone. And their statement was simply this: you see one, you do one, and you teach one. And that's going to be our saying and statement throughout the leadership skills in this business. We're going to see it, do it, and teach it. We're going to see the marketing plan. We're then going to learn it and do the marketing plan. But then we're going to teach it to someone. Wow. Folks, this business is being sure people are capable in performing what you ask them to do. If you just teach them through an overhead presentation or presentation, the chances of them getting it is slim. But for the majority of those in this industry, this is all most people do. See, when we understand we're asking people to perform that have not been equipped with the skill set necessary to win, we automatically set ourselves up for failure. In my book, the focal point again is when you get the person right, the business works. So with each of you, and as for those coming on board in your group, the key is getting them mentally equipped to win at this business. Over the next few sessions, we will break down the basics on what it takes to personally grow and how to grow corporately or as a group. We'll define the type of environment necessary to bring people up in the shortest period of time to establish a strong leadership position. Let's kind of consider and ponder what I've already said. The 4 R's. We have learned already that we need to learn as a leader the 4 R's: how to reason, research, record, and relate. Reasoning skills. Does what I'm hearing reason? Does it line up with my head, my heart, my gut? Research. I'm going to become a student of the business. I'm going to buy every CD, every DVD that I can through my upline and through whoever my upline, whoever they said to learn about this business. I'm going to treat this business like I did when I went to college. I'm going to make sure that I become a great student. See, we worked so hard to go to college in order to get out to fail. Now, when I say that, the majority of people who go to college come out and they can't get jobs that were lined up in their occupation. Or honestly, the latest survey that I read was that after 4 years of college, 60% of those folks they surveyed said they didn't have any better concept of life than what they did when they entered. It's amazing what's going on. So research, then record. Remember, it's not going to become your property until you record it and then relate it. Learn how to communicate, and you're going to learn that you have been put into this environment. Man, I am so excited. You've been put into an environment that's going to teach you all these things, which ultimately will make you a better husband, better wife, better worker, better employer, whatever the case may be, better student. Next thing I talked about is if you're not training, someone somewhere is, and when you meet them, they will win. If you're not learning how to become better, then you are falling backwards. You either become better or go backwards. There's no in between. So you have to really be training. That's not hard training. Again, I've probably spent the majority of my training listening to CDs and DVDs, going down the road with the yellow pad, writing down things that go, hey, that will affect me. Hey, I can use that. Not all things I say will affect you that you can use, but there's going to be many things I know that can. So if you're not training, someone somewhere is, and when you meet them, they'll win. See, here's what happens. We're going to so train you, like when you get into my one CD that talks about overcoming objections, I'm going to have you so trained that when someone gives you an objection, your brain's going to flash back and think, oh, that's objection 23. I mean, you're going to go by numbers. You're no longer going to be intimidated when somebody says, well, this is an illegal pyramid. I know all about it. You're automatically going to say, oh, Bill, man, I know exactly how you feel, man. I felt the same way, but here's what I know. See, here's what's happened. Our company belongs to the DSA, the Direct Sales Association. Illegal pyramids are not allowed in the DSA. They're one of the largest lobbying groups in Washington, D.C. Number two, you're illegal if you don't have a product. We have a product. We're actually moving a product. See, those responses I've pre-recorded for you on my objections CD so that you're going to be equipped. Success in this business is not about the product or the business plan. It's about people. Again, the product and the plan are very important, but that's not the driver. The driver is those in the field that are engaged day in and day out. And those people must be equipped. They must be mentored. They must be taught on how to become extremely secure in this business. That's what this series is all about. Remember what I said. It's the people that move the products. Products don't move people. It's not bumping into one another, sponsoring each other. And you must begin from this day forward, never doubting your ability for success. You are plugged in to probably one of the greatest life coaches that you'll ever find. That's your upline. You know, I often will go out, and it's not a put down here, but I'll talk to people, and they'll say that they're a life coach. And I go, okay, you're a life coach. And when I visit with them, I'm going, man, they're nothing like what's in this industry. Your leadership in this industry, they're true life coaches. They're the ones that are equipping you to be mentally alert and be ready to respond, to take captive of your thinking, to make sure that you have the answers necessary in order to win in life. Man, your coaches are your uplines. Stay with them. Stay close to them. You must continue to be with them. That gives you the ability for ultimate success. And then I talk to you about recruit through the eyes. Is this person a leader? Are they willing to become a student and become a leader? See, so often we just put people in because they breathe. I mean, I did that when I first got in. I'd take a mirror, I'd put it under their nose. If I saw fog, they were in. If I didn't, I'd move on. There were some that didn't give me a fog. But my point being is listen to them, talk to them. We're going to talk later about how to approach these people, how to follow up with these people, how to move them from their dreams and their needs through your marketing plan, through suggestive selling, so to speak, suggestive marketing, what I call conversational sales. Those principles will be taught within this. But recruit, listen, and watch. Does this person have the potential of being a leader? You know, are they open to be taught to be a leader? See, this business is never about the mechanics. It's always about the mind. Not mechanics, but mind. How we see ourselves. Remember the survey? It's all about fears and lack of self-confidence. The basic skill set that you'll be learning, I shared, is going to be people skills, communication skills, response skills, listening skills, and collaboration skills. Do you realize that's all you need in order to be successful in this business? But you must have the confidence in order to get the commitment to learn how to get the people skills, communication skills. See, that's what's amazing to me, and I did it for years. I'd bring people in this business and I say, okay, here's your first 90 days. Okay, and I'm a type A. Remember, if you don't know what a type A is, that's the person that cannot handle people driving slow in the fast lane. That's the person. Pretty on, we keep pushing the button, believing it's going to bring the elevator faster. That's me. That's my personality. So when I first got in this business, this is the way we do it. The first 30 days, the first 90 days, all these things, all you had to do was follow them. And honestly, they were written on like a 4th grade level. I mean, this is not tough. And I was so frustrated to put people through my system, and I put them in fast and they fall out faster. It was amazing. But it was later as I went on in life that I noticed, wow, these people do not have the confidence that is required to give them the commitment that's demanded in order to stay in it long enough to learn the skill set. The skill set's a piece of cake once you have the confidence. I hope I'm saying this redundantly enough that you're beginning to understand. And hopefully when you get off this session too, you'll go, I'm getting it, I'm getting it, I'm getting it. I have to build confidence. I'm going to listen to Bob, and he's going to help me with this confidence. Bob's already told me that I've got to drop my baggage. God has a purpose and a plan for my life. Bob has already told me that this is how we overcome some of the objections and questions that we get. We're going to continue to build on this. Remember my focal point of the book I share with you. When you get the person right, the business works. Oh, the family works. The marriage works. It's all about the individual. The 11 points that I just discussed is what we just covered today. They're meant to begin you on a road of self-confidence, not just in this business, but in your life. Number 1, I ask that your upline leader will pair you up with people 2 by 2. In other words, I want you as someone ahead of an organization to look down through your group and pair everyone up 2 by 2, meaning that Bob Goshen would have someone else that's on this system, that's on this training, not someone outside of this training, that will pick up the telephone and will call every day. See, I tell people it worked for Noah. He loaded them up 2 by 2 and put them in the ark. And I'm sure it'll work for us. I want someone that will help you remain accountable. How? You're going to touch base with each other every day between now and until we finish these sessions. On the phone, not on email. Okay? On the phone. I want life speaking to life. You will share your day as to what you've done to improve your self-confidence. You'll discuss if you've had an opportunity to approach a new person. You can discuss if you actually signed someone up. That's fine. You can discuss the excitement of this program and talk about items that help. So you cannot talk any negative. You will not talk about your family problems. You will not keep the entire conversation. You're going to keep this entire conversation uplifting and edifying, building one another up, staying in the world of dreams and out of the world of drama. And it doesn't have to be long. I pick up the telephone. Hey, Mary, this is Bob. Yeah, I just wanted to call you and tell you, man, I'm thinking of you. I know you're going to have a great day. I've had a fantastic day already. And I just want to tell you and encourage you that hang in there, man. This is going to be the greatest day of your life. And hang up. I don't want you picking up the telephone and say, listen, my ingrown toenail is killing me and my mother-in-law is about to get a divorce. I don't want any of that junk. It has to be edifying. It has to be building up. So that's number 1. Start finding someone that you can communicate with on this program, and it's best if you're the upline to do this for the people because you know the personalities. Number 2, immediately after hearing this CD, you will drop me an email on what you learned from this session or how something I talked about helped you understand more about yourself or this business. You can also share with me any questions you might have and what I've discussed. Again, Bob, this really didn't reason. Number 3, here we go. I want you to take a page from your yellow pad. And if you're a mate and both are on this call or listening to the CD, you each do a page. I want you to then proceed to write down everything that has been a factor in you not moving faster and taking charge of this business. It can be the fear of people, fear of failure, not feeling confident. Just keep listing them off. List out everything that stopped you, my time-wise, my priority-wise. I want you to write them on a piece of paper. I want you to rip that paper up into small pieces. I want you to proceed to the bathroom. I want you to get over the toilet stool, put the negative in the stool, and flush it. Now, while it's spinning, going down, take a picture and send it to your upline. Just send it to your upline. They need to see this. And last, Zig Ziglar, a mentor and a friend of mine. I recently had the opportunity to go in on a Monday morning and do their Bible study for their staff. It's really a wonderful opportunity. Zig and I have known each other for years. Zig says this: the eyes are the windows of the soul. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to get in front of your eyes. I want you to stand in front of a mirror each morning and each evening, look directly into your eyes and repeat the following. I am the fastest growing distributor in, and you name the company you're in. I am the fastest growing distributor in. No one is growing faster than I am. I'm putting more people in my organization than anyone in this business. People are excited to hear about my opportunity. I feel good about me. I feel good about me. I feel good about me. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? Sounds crazy to some of you, and it may sound crazy, but it's worked in my life for many years. Oh, and it's also done well for Mr. Ziegler. Look into your eyes when you're saying this. You are the fastest growing distributor. I so appreciate you guys. I feel comfortable when I say you will be the trailblazers in this organization, in this business, in your company. You'll be the flag bearers. You have what it takes. Now, I'm going to help pull it out of you in the next few sessions so you can receive the blessings you so deserve for you and your family. I want you to say, God bless you for your day. Have a great day. And remember, when people tell you you can't, or you're not going to be able to do this, you remember Bob saying, yes, you can.
right, let's see. Is it off? Let's see, or did I just click out here? There we go. Okay. Hello, everybody. All right, hope you listened in and you heard Bob Goshen talking, so we can kind of do our aha moments with it. I think that I really liked that he said you had to build up everybody's confidence again. It kind of carried in from last week a little bit about building up their confidence in themselves and get the person right, and then the business will just kind of follow with it. And yeah, that's what I really liked about that session.
Mine was
No, you go ahead.
mine was very
Skipping them anyway.
similar about getting the person right. And aha was, it's not a product company. People don't buy products, people buy people. And so when you focus on people as individuals and build them up to be a leader, that's when your business will flourish.
Awesome.
For me, it was writing it down, become your own property, owning it, and
Okay.
And for me, it was kind of, you can't just throw everybody in and throw them at the wall and they're all going to stick. You have to teach them and add glue to them so that when you're throwing them at the wall, they're actually going to stick to that wall and be able to develop themselves into their own leader.
Yeah, I think too many times we bring people in, we just say, let's get going, and then it's done. Rather than developing people, we'd probably have to sign up a lot less, you know what I mean, for what we've done. Like you'd keep more retention. Kiara?
For me, it was to educate yourself and never be afraid to write down what scares you and face it and then move on. And also to really look up at your upline and your leaders, because in this group they are many.
Mine was where I think he said speaking life to life. Like a person gets so busy that that's really all they have is their phone, and so everything's social media. And I think that's where I've lost myself, is I rely too much on my phone, and I need to be more face to face.
I like that. I have a couple of things. One thing that really stuck out, because we always talk about how we're just sharing a product, we're not selling something, but we just share our stories. And that if you're not sharing with people, you are being very stingy. And so it's kind of a neat way to look at yourself that way. And that the second thing is that we're not here to entertain people, and people need to be entertained, and you can say that I'm not here to motivate or entertain you, and try to build that confidence so they can get that from within themselves.
Yeah, and one thing was when you're talking to people about the business, asking yourself, do they have leadership skills, or are they willing to learn those leadership skills?
Yeah.
Because I think that's huge. And if you find people that want to learn, that's where you can pour your energy into.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Gord, the other one?
It was all good to me.
All good to Gordon.
Yes, Gordon approved of
Hey,
that.
Ryan, come on in here, please. Tyler?
What stuck out for me for sure was just if you're not training, somebody else is, and being that winner.
So yeah, like getting out there and actually working every aspect you can to learn. So we'd have our back office training, you'd have leadership books to no end. Like you really could never run out of a leadership book to read or a personal development book, and just kind of digging in
But even just being in contact with your sponsor
is enough
and having phone dates and
for someone new. And then I really liked pairing up, because we all kind of know that, and maybe you started at the beginning, but we never really followed through, or I don't. So pairing people up so people have a call every week with somebody else and talk about what they're doing. And then, you know what, you could pair two people up, but then as the sponsor or mentor, you could jump in on a call every third week with them and see if they're guiding it properly. Because, you know, they could get stuck on calls, and then all of a sudden you're like, they say, oh, we call every week. Well, what are you actually talking about, right? And then they remember the call differently than what really happened. And so, you know, you could jump on the call and listen in every so often with them too, and kind of mentor that. You're just essentially creating a new mentor, right? Because they're mentoring each other. So I think that's pretty cool. Pair up all your newbies. And I do know that some of the top leaders in this company do that. The second they sign up, there's a new group thread going, and they say, you guys are going to be teamed up together. And this is, you know, let's use this group thread. Let's start talking to each other. Let's utilize us together as one team, one mission, and grow each other together. So, hey, Rylan, did you hear anything in that you liked? No. All right. Okay, so those were our ahas with you guys. We're gonna stop this broadcast and finish up some month end stuff, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Let's talk to Jane.